नमस्कार दोस्तों, वेलकम टू bizbotany। आज हम पढ़ेंगे स्प्रिंग वुड और ऑटमन वुड के बारे में। इससे पहले हमें पता है कि कैम्बियम लेयर, व्हाट इज द फंक्शन ऑफ कैम्बियम लेयर? कैम्बियम लेयर helpful for the vascular cambium that were helpful for the secondary growth in the plants. Secondary growth in a plant occur with the help of a vascular cambium. Here vascular cambium activity is, it is completely dependent upon it is controlled by two factors, that is physiological factors and environmental factors. Environmental factors and physiological factor will be controlled by the activity of cambium layer. That is nothing but a increase in the girth of a plant will be affected by a physiology and environmental conditions. In temperate region plants, where different seasons will be present, in a temperate plants, in that case the environmental conditions are not same. In this temperate region plants, the environmental condition in a year are not same. Environmental conditions are not same. Different environmental conditions will be seen in a single year. In spring, where you can say a monsoon period, during monsoon period, due to a heavy rain, what happens? The activity of the cambium will be increases. This is a stem of a plants which contains a vascular cambium. Due to the increase in the activity of vascular cambium, it forms a more amount of xylary elements. These are the xylary elements with the vessels having a wide cavity. Wide cavity vessels will be formed by the cambial activity of during the spring seasons. This type of secondary xylem will be formed during a spring season due to a sufficient amount of water. वाटर का कॉन्सेंट्रेशन ज्यादा है सॉइल्स के अंदर बोले तो xylem का जो वेजल्स है वो कैसे रहेंगे? वाइड रहेंगे, बड़ा वाइड वेजल्स रहेंगे ताकि ज्यादा वाटर अब्सॉर्ब कर सके. दिस टाइप ऑफ वुड वी कॉल इट एज अ स्प्रिंग वुड और अर्ली वुड. अर्ली वुड बोलेंगे, अर्ली वुड और स्प्रिंग वुड बोलेंगे. इट विल बी फॉर्मिंग ड्यूरिंग द स्प्रिंग पीरियड ऑफ द ईयर. एंड नेक्स्ट इज द ड्यूरिंग अ विंटर पीरियड. During winter period, less amount of water will be seen in the soil. Due to that, the cambial activity will be decreases. The cambial activity will be decreases. Due to this, some xylary element will be formed with the less wide cells, xylary vessel cells, less wide xylary vessel cells, because sufficient amount of water is not there. That's why the conduction of water is less, so xylary vessels will be less wide. Here these are the xylary vessels which forming a ottoman wood. Ottoman wood or late wood we call it as. We call it a late wood. This spring wood and ottoman wood will be forming one after other. Okay, alternately they are forming during a spring period. Spring wood will be forming during ottoman period. Ottoman wood will be forming. This complete rings forms a annual ring. In a single year, two rings are forming. One in a spring season, another one is a winter seasons, which forms completely a annual ring, which contains a spring wood contains a wide cells with a less density. They have wide cells and the density of cell is less. Whereas Ottoman ring cells are less wide and density of the cell is high. High dense cell will be present in the Ottoman wood. This forms the spring wood and Ottoman wood with the help of a cambium layer that will be affected by a physiology and environmental conditions. Next are the heartwood and sapwood. Heartwood, the central part of the wood, we call it as heartwood, which is made up of a secondary xylem tissues. Secondary xylem, usually it is a dark brown in color, which deposits inside this heartwood, a central portion of a wood. It contains a secondary metabolites, like it is deposited with the secondary metabolites like tannins, resins, oils, gums, aromatic compounds. It, due to the presence of these all aromatic substances, essential oils, this wood, the central wood, make it as a hard. How it is? It is hard, जास्ती durable रहेगा, resistant to microbes and insect. उसीलिए तो भी फर्नीचर कुछ तो वगैरह बनाने के वास्ते कौन सा वुड यूटिलाइज करेंगे? ये जो सेंट्रल हार्ड वुड विल बी यूटिलाइज, बिकॉज इट इज अ हार्ड, ज्यादा हार्ड रहेगा, ड्यूरेबल रहेगा, ज्यादा टाइम तक टिकेगा, रेजिस्टेंट टू माइक्रोब्स को रेजिस्ट रहेगा, माइक्रो ऑर्गेनिज्म इसके ऊपर एक्ट नहीं करेंगे, इंसेक्ट रेजिस्टेंट रहेगा. ये जो पार्ट सेंट्रल पार्ट कौन सा कैसा रहेगा? इंसेक्ट रेजिस्टेंट रहेगा. एंड आल्सो इट कंटेन्स डेड एलिमेंट्स. कैसा सेल्स देखने को मिलेंगे इसके अंदर? सेंट्रल पार्ट ऑफ द वुड के अंदर डेड एलिमेंट्स रहेंगे. उसका वॉल्स कैसा रहते हैं? हाईली लिग्निफाइड. उसका वॉल इज मेड अप ऑफ लिग्निन कंपोनेंट्स. इट इज डार्क ब्राउन इन कलर, हार्ड देखने को मिलेगा, बहुत हार्ड देखने को मिलेगा. द heartwood will not conduct the water. It doesn't contains any xylem elements, because all the elements which are present in the heartwood are dead and highly lignified. Due to that reasons, this heartwood does not conduct the water and minerals. It's just helpful for the mechanical support to the plants. Okay, towards the periphery means towards the outermost region of the wood. These regions, here we have a lightly colored cells, lightly colored wood will be present, and this wood will be helpful for the conduction of water and minerals to the plants. ये सेंटर का पार्ट क्या है? वो बहुत हार्ड देखने को मिलेगा ड्यू टू द डिपोजिशन ऑफ ऑल द सेकेंडरी मेटाबोलाइट्स. एंड द पेरीफेरी के तरफ, आउटर मोस्ट के तरफ जो लेयर्स देखने को मिलेंगे वुड के अंदर, वो लेयर कैसा है? लाइटली कलर्ड देखने को मिलेंगे, लाइट ब्राउन कलर के देखने को मिलेंगे. एंड दे आर हेल्पिंग फॉर द कंडक्शन ऑफ वाटर एंड मिनरल्स टू द प्लांट्स. दिस वुड वी कॉल इट एज अ सैप वुड. इसे क्या बोलेंगे? सैप वुड बोलेंगे. जो सेंटर के पार्ट के अंदर देखने को मिल रहा है उसे क्या हम बोलेंगे? हार्ट वुड बोलेंगे. दिस इज समथिंग अबाउट द हार्ट वुड एंड सैप वुड. थैंक यू एवरीबॉडी.